checkpoints before you can surveil an American or intercept communications or wiretap, or even in some states, even have a consensual conversation if you're a law enforcement officer wearing a wire, which also happened in this case. I am really, to use Clapper's word, stunned that anyone would not want to know what was the factual predicate for the United States government to monitor the conversations and activities of two campaign officials, regardless of whether they were working for a Republican or a Democrat. I would think all Americans would want to know, how are you using these awesome powers that we entrust you with?
I want to play some of the reaction to Bill Barr, who, prior to yesterday, had a reputation that was fairly even across Republicans and Democrats in terms of how they looked at him and his career. It seems to have changed, on a dime. And here's some of that reaction on the Hill.
If he wanted to be Michael Cohen's replacement as Donald Trump's mouthpiece, he should have applied for that job.
It just raises, again, the issue of whether or not Barr really is the independent attorney general that this country needs.
Did Attorney General Barr embarrass himself yesterday, disgrace himself yesterday?
Yes, absolutely.
What do you think about that, Trey?
I think that last voice was Eric Swalwell's, and for your viewers that don't know who that is, that's a member of the Judiciary Committee and the Intelligence Committee from California. He's running for president, which I'm sure none of your viewers are familiar with, and they won't be a year from now. So he's trying to get attention. Nancy Pelosi said that Barr was off the rails. If anyone in the country would understand being off the rails, it would be Speaker Pelosi. This is a guy that was voice voted by the Senate. Democrats loved him. They thought he was an institutionalist. He was going to revive the Department of Justice. What they don't like is what he summarized in the Mueller report. That's what they don't like. No collusion, and we decided there's no obstruction of justice. And now, if that wasn't bad enough, now he's going to say something as crazy as, we're going to look at the origins of this investigation to make sure the law was followed. That's what they're upset about.
Well, that obviously has a lot of people very nervous to hear that. I want to put up a statement that Rod Rosenstein just said just a short time ago this evening about Bill Barr, the Attorney General. He said he's being as forthcoming as he can. And so this notion that he's trying to mislead people, I think is just completely bizarre. What do you say about that?
Martha, I'm in a really small minority. I think Bill Barr is being more forthcoming than he should be. I don't think the Department of Justice should publish derogatory information on someone who has not been charged. So when you get Schiff and others talking about beyond a reasonable doubt, that's what you have to convict. They don't even